Here we are, exactly a year later. It's my birthday today, my last birthday, which turned out to be the shittiest one by far. Like, the absolute worst birthday I've had in my life. It was the most depressing one. This one so far, it's pretty much the end of my birthday, technically speaking. Didn't turn out to be. It is still as lonely. No, I really didn't celebrate it with anyone. I was pretty much alone the whole time. But it wasn't that bad because I enjoyed. At least I started enjoying my own company. I went out. I had good food. I enjoyed myself. But I had to. I felt like visiting here just to reflect on on how far I've come. It's been a year now since that video that I shot. So yeah, speaking of that, 1 year ago I made a video where I basically talked for the first time. I was actually for the first time I was speaking during that, let's just call it, blackout phase. I was effectively mute or silent for. Let me go to the car because the weather is absolutely garbage. It's humid. It's not hot, but it's just humid. Don't like that. Oh yeah. Also, you might not notice the hair's all different, and yeah, but the air is kind of ruining it, and the humidity. Anyhow, a year ago I made a video where I spoke for the first time in an extensive manner about how I was feeling at the time. And the TLDW of that, or the TLDR of that, yeah, it was pretty shit. I was in a really bad place. Back then. I'm doing better now. I didn't talk to anyone. None of my siblings, no parents, no one. My closest friends, there's only one guy who I talked to, let him in on what was going on like a little bit. And that's about it. Didn't really talk to anyone about what was going on, about current events. They're pretty much not really clued in on the matter. So yeah, this is the place, and it's the same spot I parked in that video. It's the same spot I parked in here. Yeah, so a lot has changed since then. A lot has changed. I feel better now. I definitely don't cry that often about matter, if at all. Actually, I don't really cry all that much. I'm focused. Actually, the reason is not because I'm over her. You can't just put it like that. It's because I have much bigger issues to worry about now. So it's not exactly a simple explanation for that. Well, I'll get to it. I'll get to that point. After that video, I've done therapy. So I've actually seen something like a consultant. I've talked to him for a good 3 months, I think. We had weekly meetings, updates, and eventually I just stopped seeing him. I thought I was like, okay, I'm kind of back on my feet at that time, so I was actually able to function or perform my daily routines normally without breaking down every now and then, remembering her. It's just still like a constant kind of background thing that comes into the forefront of my thinking every now and then. But more generally, she's just like something in the back. She's like, I try to get focused on more important things, more immediate, urgent matters, my studies, I graduated. That's one update. I actually last semester was like again. I was just recovering, and I ended it with like I ended my whole like study bachelor's career with in style. I came out top pretty much in every class. 4.0, which is the highest GPA for the third time in a row. So yeah, I was on a streak, and I didn't stop. Like all the shit that I went through, and I actually didn't stop. So I was scoring high, like super high grades. Pretty insane. I made a comeback from pretty low GPA to or the grade point average, or the grade basically. I had a really bad total grade, and I just brought it up to a level that I've never even imagined that I would end up in. I mean, of course, I still have a very bad record if you talk about like early parts of my studies. Until I started getting a grip, in like the last 2 years, and shit still happened during those years, but I just fucking pushed through, man. Pushed through the grind to the end, and yeah, I'm on the other side now. Oh well, after graduation, what do? You find a job, right? Yeah, I'm on that phase right now. Actually, I might get kicked out of the country if I don't find a job. I have like 3 months left for that. October. Yep, if October comes and I don't find a job, there's a good chance I'm just gonna have to leave the country. But where to? I have no idea. Don't even ask me. I really don't want to get to that scenario, but because actually I have no destination. Just no destination. My parents can't host me anymore because I'm too old, and they're in the Emirates, so I don't know where. Where am I gonna stay? Anyhow, that's another topic. I ain't gonna digress that far. So but regarding her, she was, for the most part, she was like a background kind of like a concern, like something that's bothering me every now and then, but not the most important, significant thing. What the hell is this awesome quad bike that's like cruising right through? Yeah, he do be chilling though. Anyhow, so yeah, actually, I showed my psychiatrist. Actually watched the first video that I made. Apparently, watched the whole thing and used it during our sessions. The point of those videos isn't for my psychiatrist to see them. It's for whoever can relate to the experience. Maybe can learn a thing or two about it. Maybe can relate to it. I don't know. It's even for myself. I can just watch it again. But why is it public? Well, again, see reason number one. So after a few, like, we broke up in May. I was going through an episode which sort of which I started gradually like leaving. Like, I was getting back to normal in like late September, early October. September 28th, I think, is when I made like a statement on my social media. Was it 26th or 28th? Some late September. I made a statement on social media regarding my condition, and basically I went back online, sort of, on social media, where I was actually responding to messages, because before that I was, again, blackout, silence, radio silence, not even family, friends, sisters, they were not, I was out of reach from all of them. Then I came back online. And then February or January of the next year, this year, comes, and I actually meet her for the first time since the breakup. I've made another video about that, I think, regarding prospects. And yeah, that didn't go so well, in the sense that when she literally just started talking as if nothing happened between us, as if we're just friends. Like, there was nothing, no confrontation of any sort. Like, what the fuck? Why have you done that? Why have we broken up? We had a good thing going. And she didn't say any of that. She actually just went on to ramble about things that I never asked for, don't really care about. But I went to the flow, hoping that maybe at some point she will just come to her senses and actually talk. Like, just level with me. But she every time I try to bring up the topic, every time we met, I try to bring it up at some point. It fails, so I just keep going to the conversation and through whatever her topic is until she concludes it, and then we finish talking, and then we go our separate ways. Every time we meet, I'll try to bring it up. But she keeps dodging it. She keeps shutting it down, dodging it, and I just kept on going. I was trying to be patient, not being pushy at all about it. That went on, like, it wasn't even regular meetings. They were very random, once a month, once every, like, a month, and then, like, 3 weeks later we meet again, and then, like, 2 months later we met again. In total, we probably met, like, 5 times or 4 times after the breakup. Like, 4 times probably, yeah. We met 4 times after the breakup. And each one of the first one was, like, the most disappointing one, but then, like, I tried to, just go with the flow. Onward, like, I just tried to get on with the flow. And the last meeting was actually, like, a month and a half ago or something. It was in like late May, I think. It was like late May, yeah. In that meeting is again, I tried to bring up the topic. She dodged it, and I told her, like, okay, well, let's meet again soon. I'm just hoping that she can. It wasn't late May, was it? Late May? I think it was late May. No, it wasn't late May. It was mid-June, so it was like a month ago only. But I told her, like, let's meet soon, okay. Then, like, a month passed, and then I get messages from her saying, like, we can't do this anymore. Like, it's yeah. It seems like she came to her senses, like, oh, we can't, like, no, I can't do this anymore. It's not fun. We know it's not fun. Like, I said, like, yeah, it shouldn't have been fun. Like, it was kind of odd that there's no confrontation of any sort that has taken place on the first meeting. That when she said, like, I cannot meet you anymore, that kind of forced my hand to actually, like, shove that topic or try to solicit that topic or solicit that kind of conversation out of her, like, more forcefully, more explicitly. That was like, okay, fine, like, I'm not gonna go on with the flow anymore. If you're gonna say you're not gonna be meeting me anymore, I'll just have to like go, like, I had to, like, show her exactly where I stand. And I did. I actually wrote a really long message explaining exactly where I stood. Like, I wanted an explanation. I actually talked about my side of things after the breakup, about everything that happened. I gave it to her in depth, like, I gave it to her in 4K, 8K, you call it. I gave it to her the full details, right? Crystal clear. Didn't spare a single, like, detail. Pretty much disclosed. I gave her full disclosure. She didn't reciprocate that. So I was expecting, like, I said this in the message as well. The breakup itself was brutal. At least do me the courtesy of reciprocating the transparency. Instead of just leaving me hanging here. Like, just do me that, at least do me that courtesy. So I told her that. It seems at this point she didn't, like, schedule a meeting where we can actually talk, like a confrontation, an actual honest conversation at last. She didn't schedule that, but I'm waiting. It's been a year since the breakup, and I'm still kind of, that's like a lingering thing. Like, I just pisses me off. Like, I want to know what was going on in her head. She threw away a good thing. I'm not gonna say, oh, I was a good person, you can throw me away. I'm saying we were in a very, look, we were making a really good duo. Like, we were like a power duo. It was insane. We had such great chemistry. We were vibing. We had such a good thing going. She threw that away. I just want to know what the fuck was going on in her mind, and if that was worth it. Was that actually... I don't want her to answer that. I just want her to know, like, to think about it, process that, reflect on her own actions. Like, do you think that was worth it? Well, I want to know. I actually want to know from her side. Is what was going on in her head. Like, how did she come to that decision of breaking up? Like, how did you make that jump? I thought you were standing somewhere, and then you ended up standing on like a completely different. I don't know how to say it, man. Like, you just suddenly switched your kind of, I don't know, prospect or feeling or attitude towards a relationship. No idea what happened. But I actually want to know that from her. I told her where I stood. I'm like. After all, I'm the dumb P. So I have not much to explain, but the pain that I went through, and actually, that's what I did. That's just what I did. I explained everything that happened onwards. Because before that, I didn't really. I'm not the one who broke the news or like did the breakup. Literally, I was just chilling. I was doing my own thing. There was no secrets about that. What she didn't know is how much shit I actually went through after that. You see the hair that I have right now is kind of like a memento of that. I think like a remnant of that thing. Like, it's a ponytail. I don't know if you can see it, but I have some pictures. It's a pretty cool ponytail. I don't know. I'm adapting that style. Like, I never cut my hair short since the breakup. I never cut my hair short. I kept it growing since. I guess I kind of cut some edges, I guess, dead hairs or whatever. But overall, I never cut my hair short. Never shortened my hair. I always kept it as it is, and refine it every now and then. But I digress. At this point, I'm just waiting for her to actually schedule a meeting, because I don't want her to make her own disclosure and talk about her side of things on text, virtually, when matters are this grave. I mean, if you like use text as like, or DMs as a medium, as a medium, you're sort of not saying disrespecting, but you're really just like undermining like the gravity of the topic. This is not a very light topic or a joke. This isn't something that you can't just take seriously. This is a serious topic, a topic of gravity, something heavy, something important, something of significance, something that affected me badly. So I want to talk face to face, not just do it online or pussy out of a face to face conversation. I don't want. I was telling her, at least do me the courtesy of meeting me, and actually have an honest conversation. At last, after all that bullshit, fake. I was very well aware that she wasn't really comfortable with meeting me after the breakup. That was clear as day. But I went on knowing that there was a level of discomfort for both parties, just in the hopes that I can get a confrontation out of her, like that explanation from her. That never happened. That never come to pass. But now it seems that it might just happen, just because she basically forced my hand. In other news, apparently she's leaving the country. God knows where, I have no idea. She says apparently that on May or June she's leaving next year. So about 10 months from now. And I didn't even ask where she's going, what's her plan, and I mean, if she's gonna cut off her ties with her family, I have no idea. She's leaving alone. She's gonna leave the country alone. But honestly, at this point, she can do whatever she wants. It's none of my business. What I want to know is what was going on in her head before the breakup, and if that was all worth it. And I wanted to reflect on that, maybe learn something, one or two things. Certainly, she's done damage. There's no taking that back, I guess. There's no healing that, but just learn to live with it. Yeah. I mean, I've come so far, I guess. It's been a year now. Shit still hurts me. Like, it's not... It's something that pisses me off. Just thinking about how the good, thinking about the good times, it just pisses me off because I don't have that anymore. And the fact that I'm just a solitary person. It just hurts when you're like in solitude, and it's not really by choice. It's just that you happen to be like that. Your routine happens to be very solitary, hermit like, very reclusive, I guess. Yeah, recluse. That's kind of a hermit. Yeah, that's basically what my routine happens to be like, and as such, I don't really tend to be around people. I didn't see anyone today. It's my birthday, but I didn't see anyone. I went out to eat, and after that, I went out for drinks, and that's it. Now, I wasn't with friends or anything like that. I was literally just dining in alone, drinking alone, whatever. That's literally all I was doing. I got myself a gift, just like from me to me. I just want to like, because for so long I've gifted others. I gifted my ex, I gifted people I really appreciated, but I didn't really gift myself that much. So I tried to always, like, for the past couple of like since the breakup, I tried to, like, change that, try to like gift myself and spoil myself a lot more, and that's what actually I've been doing. So I gave myself a birthday gift of some sort. That's the only gift I ever got in the past couple of years of birthdays. That's pretty much the only gifts that I got. I'm not a person who really gets gifts. I don't know. That's just how it is, I guess. For me, I don't mind gifts. It's just I got myself a gift. It was a very nice gift, though. Nice gift for myself, and a nice treat, nice food as well. So I enjoy my own company. It's just that I can't help it but realize that I'm like the only guy who's alone in the room. Like, I'm the only guy in the dining hall who's actually sitting alone. And what's even sadder is that I'm actually celebrating my birthday, and seeing people's, like, social media is such a toxic thing sometimes, because literally I see people whose birthday are so anticipated. T minus 10 days and they be celebrating, man. They be celebrating 10 days in advance, and they be getting showered with gifts, gifts for like 10 days in advance, 9 days, and every day is a celebration. Every day leading up to the birthday itself is a celebration, and then it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then on the birthday itself, it's like some massive thing happening, and like, again, on all those days, there's like, they're hanging out with different people, and they're going out to different fancy places, and they're getting showered with all kinds of gifts. And then there's me. It's not even anticipated. No one really knew until, like, Facebook sent them out this notification. I guess that's literally that's how it is, I guess, for most people. Like, I don't think that's everyone, but social media sometimes, like, really see like one person who has a highly anticipated birthday. It just makes you think that everyone has like yeah, fuck. There are so many people who are having highly anticipated birthday celebrations, whatever. But it's not. I know it's not the case. I know it's not the case, but it just pisses me off when I see that. Like, social media. Oh man, social media. Just as one person like gets showered with gifts, man. But again, like, even without social media, being alone on your birthday, that's just, it happened last year, and it's happening again now. It's just that this year, at least, it's less shitty. I learned to actually, like, have fun on my own in some sort. Like, I don't know, just try to chill, man. But again, I can't help it but notice that I'm literally the only guy in the room, or in the dining hall, who's alone. And I just wish some stranger, preferably a girl, but just some stranger, can actually start a conversation, sit down. I would literally, like, I would warmly welcome them to my table. Like, please, sit down the opposite side. Come on, let's just have a talk. Let's talk for hours. Let's go out somewhere else to a cafe. Let's just chill. Sometimes I really just want that to happen. That's not how it works in real life, or in many places, especially in this country, in Qatar. Like, no stranger is gonna walk up to you and start a conversation, a casual one at that. Maybe an advertising person might do that, like, come in, like, tries to market or tries to sell you on some bullshit, a scam, or some used, I don't know, weird shit. And I'm not gonna even mention that. Yeah. So this birthday has been, yeah, I've come far. It's been a year. Uh, feeling a bit. I'm feeling on the daily. I'm just not worried about her that much anymore. It's just not like a stuck thought. She's not. She's not a stuck thought, at least in the forefront. Speaking of like I'm like doing it, going on in my life, and I keep remembering her in everything I do. That is not the case anymore. But there will never go a day, and like there will never be a day where I just don't at some point open our chat or just remember her in general vividly, just vividly. This rush of emotions just comes through, or me just simply opening the chat. Like I've archived that shit. Yet I still go there like a lot of times. A lot of times I do. Today I was doing it. Yesterday I was doing it. The day before that I was doing it. I was literally visiting, opening the chat and seeing those last few messages. I'm talking both on like WhatsApp and the messages that were more recently sent. WhatsApp is where she broke up with me, and that's it. That's like the last convo, and I access that every now and then. Like today I did that as well. And then there's like another platform on Instagram DMs. That's how we schedule our more recent meetings. That's how we scheduled them, and that's how I messaged her regarding, let's have an honest conversation at last. So I go to both of those chat logs, and I just can't help but like keep looking at them, just keep listening to the voice notes for the sake of, I don't know, for her voice, as cheesy as that sounds. I do that, and it just makes me sad. But then I just go on with my other tasks and whatever the other distractions that I have, or other matters, more pressing matters. Because, for example, I have to find the job, because otherwise my visa expires and I'll have to leave the country. I have to find the job. So, job is a priority. So I focus on that. I've got things going on in my life. It's just her. I don't have the time to deal with her. Even though she is still an existing kind of thing. Until I find someone else that I can hang out with and I can, like, channel my energy into something more positive, at least. Or someone who would actually appreciate my energy or my time. I guess this might keep going until then. So, yeah. 1 year later, I'm here. In this place. Because I've made a couple of trips to this area, I've kind of changed the narrative. I no longer cry on the way coming here. Because in the first couple of times it was very painful. I have not visited this area since the breakup, and then the second time I was like, okay, it's a bit less painful. You change the narrative. You try to revisit those places, but with a different purpose, or maybe try to just do it again, and just you build tolerance towards the thing. I mean, not quite. I mean, changing the. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, changing the narrative is different from building tolerance. But building tolerance is not quite changing the narrative, but kind of feels like they can achieve similar goals, not the same, but similar goals or similar outcomes. But they do produce some similar effects. So I do I'm more able to like just come in here and just not really worry that much or be mentally affected by that. So yeah, I'm able to do that now. I'm coming to this place and didn't really feel much, honestly. I'm just vibing, I just whatever. Right? It's another trip, just another place. Right? This isn't like this isn't. This is no longer to me. Oh, like when I look at this place, it's like I do remember what it is actually, like the significance of it. It's just that it's no longer that it no longer hurts me the same way now. This place where I am, like near where I'm parked right now, is the place where, we kind of like, let's say we got together. We became like a couple. We fell in love with each other and we confessed my love for one another and all that stuff. It wasn't this. It wasn't this place. It wasn't this place behind me, right here. Now it just doesn't affect me that much. I know what it. I know. I'm very well aware of the significance. That shit is crystal clear. It's just that I don't really. that doesn't bother me that much, because the first few times it was triggering me a lot. Now the triggering isn't as bad. Like I know that deep down it's still kind of something that kind of triggers some emotions. I can get emotional, but it's no longer as intense, as bad, and as depressing as it was before. Just back in the first few times when I came here, man, the amount of pain I went through, especially that first video, man. I was not feeling well in this place, because that was the first time I came to this place since the breakup. It was the first time. Now, now things have changed. Don't even know if she changed as a person. I just wish her the best, man. And deep down, I also I would welcome, even though it's unwise as fuck. I would welcome giving her another chance, or giving her another go at the relationship. But I really just need to know what was going on in her mind. And if she was honest, I mean, we're not gonna be back together. Let's just level with me here. We ain't gonna be back together. That's not gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen. But deep down, I would forgive her and give her another chance. If she wants to try things again. But before any of that happens, I actually want to know what's going on in her head. If it's something that's repairable, or if it's just something sudden, I can't trust her anymore, and no. If you're gonna just take decisions of breaking up like that, that's reckless. I'm not gonna I wouldn't risk it again. But if it's something that seems could probably won't happen again, she doesn't have to promise me. I have to make that judgment myself. Yeah. Anyhow, yeah, I don't think I'll stretch this video for too long. This has been a year. It's my birthday now. I'm 24. It's kind of young, I guess. Things have changed. I graduated. Top of my class, came up on top. Just searching for a job now. Still solitary. Still living pretty much alone. Not really talking to anyone. I'm still lonely as fuck. I'm feeling lonely. I'm pretty lonely. But no longer in as much pain as I was previously. Yeah, definitely. I've recovered, and I tried to focus more on. I think I've mentioned that in one of the previous videos, not the first one, but I mentioned it later. Focus more on my hobbies as well. I've been into perfumery or perfumes. I really got deep into the hobby. Watches, fashion, making caring more about my appearances. Maybe I'll start going to the gym soon again, because some the world events that led up to the closure of many places and services, including gyms. Yeah, stopped working out since, but I don't know, I might come back to it. Things go back more to normal, or we go back to normalcy. We'll see about that. I have no idea. What else? Yeah, I don't feel as much pain as I did before, though I still do wonder what was going on in her head during all that. And I'm waiting for that meeting to happen. It hasn't happened yet, but if it does, it's gonna be a key event. And it's a meeting that probably, I don't know if I would say I dread it, but we'll see. That's yet to be scheduled. We'll see how that goes. I'm just hoping that it's done. Well, I can get over with that soon, so I can focus on more pressing matters. My mom's doing okay. I actually visited the UAE after all. I visited my parents, and I actually met the friend who was sticking around for all these years. I haven't met him for 8 years. We were away from each other because I was in Saudi and I left him behind. And we were distance. We were like brothers at a long distance, like online brothers. And we finally met after 2,868 days away from each other. It was a really long time. We went, yeah, uh, but we were still vibing, man. Just like the old days. We still talk on. Hell, we were playing together yesterday and the day before that and the day before that and the day before that. So we were like talking and acting. We're chilling. You know that much didn't change. I guess we're still playing. You know, we're still talking, we're conversing. So that's cool. Like literally on my birthday, on like 12 at midnight of my birthday, we were like playing. Like today, like technically, like actually now it's past midnight. Technically yesterday, but yeah, we were. What else? My mom is doing okay. My parents are doing okay. I might not go to Australia to study because it's too expensive. Um, I actually deferred the offers, but I have to find other ways, either other ways to finance the thing or just find a job. I don't know. I'm just trying to find a job at the moment because the visa is expiring in October. The offers are standing till July next year, so I have to actually find a job, then maybe figure out how to finance the thing. If I do, if I don't, I'll just stick with the job. That's a life update for you. Relationship updates. I talked about it completely, like in details. A life update. That's about it. Yeah, still lonely. Still, yeah, that's about it. So should be a bit more palatable. It's not as long. I'm not gonna stretch this topic. I don't have much to talk about. I'm kind of busy actually. Like, yeah, there's some. Yeah, I'm kind of busy, but at the same time, I'm just gonna go back and play some games and just sleep and then get back to the grind for a bit. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Just I want to keep my mind busy, right? So that's about it. I hope whoever is watching this can learn a few things from all these videos, and I hope y'all relate to it. Appreciate your time watching this. See ya.